is probably the greatest scorer to ever play in the game. But I may go as far as to say LeBron James may be the greatest player to ever play the game, because he's so potent offensively that not only can he score at will, but he keeps everybody involved. And you have to be on your P's and Q's on defense, because no guy on the basketball court is not a threat to score when LeBron James is out there.
And if I had to pick one over the other, right now I'm picking LeBron James over a Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan is the greatest player to ever put on shoes and play in our game.
Michael Jordan is probably the greatest scorer to ever play in the game. But I may go as far as to say LeBron James may be the greatest player to ever play the game.
Michael Jordan is the greatest player to ever put on shoes and play in our game. No doubt about it.
But I may go as far as to say LeBron James may be the greatest player to ever.
Michael Jordan played in an era where the game was different. It was being refereed different than what LeBron is playing in. LeBron plays a different role than what Michael played as a player. In all fairness to Michael, he was never asked to do the things that LeBron do for his team. He had a lesser role. And statistically, that's why you're seeing LeBron numbers are far better than Michael Jordan's numbers in terms of what he do throughout the whole game, because we didn't utilize Michael to do things that the Cavs utilized LeBron for. So the comparison is unfair. They play different positions. I know a lot of times we love answering that question because we want to hear the storylines behind it, but the truth of the matter is it's not a fair comparison to LeBron or Michael. One guy is considered a two guard and one guy is considered a small forward, and you know, they definitely are great in their era. They're both the greatest in their era, but to say who is the greatest, we will never know that. I mean, in my eye, Wilt Chamberlain is the greatest basketball player. In my eye, Wilt Chamberlain is the greatest basketball player. In my eye, Wilt Chamberlain is the greatest basketball player.
Michael Jordan is the greatest player to ever put on shoes and play in our game.
Michael Jordan is probably the greatest scorer to ever play in the game. But I may go as far as to say LeBron James may be the greatest player to ever play the game.
In my eye, Wilt Chamberlain is the greatest basketball player.
I like Scottie Pippen. I don't enjoy having to say what I have to say. I'm not going to even get into the gibberish you just threw out there, Max Kellerman, because you're not the target of my ire at this particular moment in time. I just look at a guy like Scottie Pippen, and I'm like, I hate attaching agendas to what somebody says. I believe that people have the right to feel what they feel without somebody thinking there's some kind of ulterior motive to their words. But in Scottie Pippen's case, I have to make an exception. What the hell is he talking about? Makes no sense whatsoever. We're talking about a man in Jordan. You threw out Max's regular season numbers. You forgot the postseason. In the 12 years that Michael Jordan was in the playoffs, he never averaged less than 30. Ever. One series he averaged 43. Another was 36. Another was 35. Another was 34. He never averaged less than 30. He's a career 48.7% shooter from the field. Now you look at Scottie Pippen and you say to yourself, okay, you bring up the errors as if that's a knock against Jordan, when it is my belief that is what elevates Jordan. We are living in an era, we are literally covering an era where you can get called for a foul for passing gas. I mean, if the smell stink enough, you might get called for a foul. You got bad breath, you might get a technical. Don't get me started with the talking. And that's even before you get into the actual physical play that takes place. I gave you 3 categories before you even get into the physical play. This is the era LeBron is living in. Now, a 270-pound locomotive coming at you is playing in an era where you don't even have to touch him and you might still get called for a foul. But Jordan was playing against Boston with McHale and Bird Bird and Parrish and those boys. And then after that, he had to go through the bad boy Pistons. And we know what the bad boys with Mahorn and Lambert and Sally and Rodman and James Edwards and Dumas and our Rough Rider like Isaiah Thomas, who was a little pit bull. He was CP3 before CP3 ever came along. And then after that, we go into the 90s, where you're going against the Knicks with Mason and Oakley and Ewan and these boys. You go against Indiana with the Davises and Rick Smits and Reggie Miller and those boys. You go into the finals against Phoenix with Barkley. You go into the finals against Portland with Clyde Drexler and the crew. You go into the finals with Magic and the Lakers. You go into the finals with Karl Malone and Stockton. You go into the finals against Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. And Scottie Pippen has the temerity, the unmitigated gall, the blasphemy to sit up there and go like this. Well, you know what, they play in different eras, and we just have to look at it, and more responsibility was on LeBron James' shoulders. What are you smoking? Scottie Pippen, one of the greatest players as far as I'm concerned, two-way players. He defended all-time 50 greats. I loved having him on the show. It's all in fun, baby. Don't take it personal. I love me some Scottie Pippen. But when it comes to this subject about Michael Jordan, I'm sitting there going like this. Did Michael Jordan not hug you enough? Did he not appreciate you enough? Is there something that's missing in terms of the love, the brotherhood, or something that tells us that, you know what, you just up in your feelings? Because I don't understand how you could bring up errors and think that that favors LeBron with this soft as cottonelle tissue era that we're living in. Unbelievable.
Now, if you believe LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan, fine. If you believe Michael Jordan's better than LeBron James, fine. But dang it, stick to whatever you believe. Don't flip-flop every 5 seconds like Scottie Pippen. For example, one moment Scottie Pippen says Jordan is better, then he goes Jordan is better with conditions. Either Jordan is better or he's not. Pick a side, Scottie Pippen. And then to make matters worse, you just don't know where Scottie Pippen's head is at, because Scottie Pippen himself believes that he's better than LeBron James. Scottie Pippen said, unless LeBron James has 6 championships, he ain't better than me. So then, I don't understand. Does Scottie Pippen believe that he's better than Jordan? Because he has said that LeBron James is better than Jordan on certain occasions. To be correct, he has said that he was better than Jordan 3 times in 3 separate occasions. You see, now I can understand why Stephen A. Smith is so upset with Scottie Pippen. I mean, Scottie Pippen flip-flops more than an emotional female, son. And let's all consider the fact, I already mentioned this, that Scottie Pippen believes he's better than LeBron James, which means he's putting himself equal to LeBron. So when he says LeBron may or may not be better than Jordan, or whatever the case may be, I mean, come on, son. You're literally putting yourself in the same conversation as Michael Jordan. You don't belong in the same conversation as Michael Jordan and LeBron James, Scottie Pippen. No way, man, no way. In my opinion, Scottie Pippen should be banned from ever talking about the Michael Jordan versus LeBron James debate again, because this man flip-flops too much. I'm on record, me, myself. This is the difference from Scottie Pippen and myself. I'm on record saying that LeBron James cement ain't dry yet, son. It ain't dry. So I'm not gonna say LeBron is better than Jordan or the other way around, because Jordan's cement is dry, but LeBron James isn't. So then when LeBron James cement dries up, we can have a conversation. Until then, I'm not saying anything. But Scottie Pippen flip-flops more than a coin in the air. I mean, come on, man. And Scottie Pippen, if you're better than LeBron James because you have 6 championships and LeBron James has 3, is Robert Horry better than you because he has 7 championships and you only have 6?